Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for being with me on this journey. I am Diana Popa, business coach, and I would like to thank you for being with me on this journey and for subscribing to our channel. Today it is a special edition because today we have three coaches with us. Lucille van Ommeren-Kerman, a life purpose coach, Gwen Watson, a transformational life, spiritual and success coach, and Pragati Rastogi, a mind coach. Welcome to all of you. Thank you so much for being today with me.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. This is our first edition and we are going to have a lot of fun because we are also trying at the same time, testing everything. But I believe that we are going to learn a lot from you because you are all in the same area, in the happiness area. And I believe that everyone needs to learn about it. And I would like to jump straight into our first question. If you can tell us more about your story and how you started on this path of helping other people transform their life. And I would like to start with you, Lucille.
Okay, so as you said, my name is Lucille. I am a life purpose coach, and well, it all started when I was going through a little bit of a rough patch. I wasn't enjoying my job. I wasn't feeling really happy with where I was in my life at the moment. So I decided to reach out for help. I stepped to my pastor and I started talking with her. We started having some sessions, and I remember that one of the most important things she told me was that I needed to rediscover myself. I needed to get to know myself better. And I didn't realize up until that point that I didn't know so much about myself that I needed to know. So I did start on the journey. I started to ask myself questions as things that I'm interested in, things that I like, I dislike, and why. And on the whole journey of finding more out about myself, I started also to think about what my purpose is, what it is that I really need to do in this world, in this life. And asking myself those questions, getting on the journey, it changed so much for me. I changed my course in life. I started focusing on the things that I enjoy. I started writing and reading more, and just realizing how much, how big the impact was of self-discovery and discovering my purpose. How big the impact was on my life. I realized that I really wanted to help others have that impact in their life as well, and really help them enjoy life as well and get to know themselves better, because often we don't realize how unique we are and everything we have to offer in this world. And with finding that out, it can be such a big and important step towards living a life that you really enjoy and that you really love, while you can also have an impact on other people, their life. So yeah, that's the beginning of my journey, and that's how it's going so far. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Lucille. Thank you for being today with us and for explaining to us your journey. And absolutely, I fully agree with you that the moment we find our purpose, something else happens. It's like we are start attracting also the right things for us, and something magical happens afterwards all around us. How about you, Gwen? How did you start on this path, and what is your story?
Well, originally, my purpose was being a nurse. I knew I wanted to be a nurse at age 4, became a registered nurse in 1986. So I've been nursing a number of years, and it has brought me continued satisfaction, and it still does. And then I was searching for more. I love learning. My mother and I had gone to when I was in high school, we went to a course for parapsychology and started learning more about the mind. My favorite author as a teenager was Dr. Joseph Murphy, and he has had a big influence on my life. And in the later years, it was wanting to search out for more, rediscovering, learning. And so then I found coaching. I wasn't even aware that life and success, spiritual coaching was an item. And then I discovered it. And that is what I went into, transformational life coaching.
Thank you so much, Gwen. I can see Pragati like nodding, acknowledging. What was your story, Pragati?
Yeah. Actually, I was nodding because I could correlate with Gwen, and I could, really connect with the vibe. As she mentioned that Joseph Murphy is one of my favorite authors as well, and I started my U-turn with his book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, which is one of my favorites. And my journey started around 2.5 years ago when I professionally, I worked as a chartered financial analyst. I am from finance background, and I worked for more than 8 years with the corporates. But 2.5 years ago, something happened. Life took very downturn, and it was very harsh on me. I was having trouble in my life related to my health, physical health, mental health, relationship issues, everything. Nothing is going to work out as I desired to be. So it was a very confusing state of mind where I got stuck, why this is happening with me. So I started looking for the options, what I can do. A lot of negative thinking. I started went under stress and depression and anxiety all over around. So I took that stand. No, I can't go in that a hole. It will suck all my energy. So I started looking for options. I started meditating. I started reading ancient sculptures, and I started learning life coaching. I took a certification. I started learning psychology. I loved how human mind behaves and works. And now it is so lucrative, and I'm so fascinating about the human mind. And then I encountered this book also, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. I started meditating every day. I started using affirmations in my life, and it is a big miracle to me that I turned my life from a depression to a very powerful, optimistic, and very positive person in my life now. So my goal is to help people how they can manage their thought and emotions, because I myself have gone through that journey, and it is so difficult for self to get out of it. You look for someone to handhold you, to get to understand you. So I would really want to help the people globally to make them understand this is not your destiny. This is not a fixed pattern of life. You can change it. It is just you need to change your mindset, and you need to change few beliefs which you think is not working in your life. So that's how my journey started, and now I'm working as a mindfulness coach, helping people across the globe.
Thank you so much, Pragati. And I can fully relate with your story because I have the same background, the CFA, and also as an accountant. I passed so many competitions, and I was in the corporate world, and somehow it was not enough. At some point, I realized that I wanted more, and I can fully relate with what you're saying, that we need more sometimes. Lucille, I would like to ask you, what are some of the techniques that we can apply to actually improve our life?
I think I am very big on self-discovery, because I think it's hard to improve your life or to even know what you need to improve if you don't know yourself. If you don't know what it is in your life that needs to change or what you need to focus more on. So I think just starting with sometimes asking yourself very difficult questions, and actually starting on the path of asking yourself, why am I doing things the way I am doing them? Is it because I believe a certain pattern will help me? Or is it maybe because I was taught to think in a certain way, or that indirect people have influenced you to act in a certain way? Or if you're, for example, you have anger issues, what is it that is causing those anger issues? Is it something that happened in your childhood, or maybe something that happened between your parents, for example, that you're not even aware of that it affected you? So I think the first step is discovering more about yourself and finding out why it is like that. And then after that, you need to realize for yourself what the best way is to help you, because it will be different for everyone. For me, example, I'm a Christian, and I know that praying helps a lot, and meditating on God's word. But I also strongly advise getting help, approaching a professional to help you in the certain things that you can't do alone, because it's just very difficult to change certain things on your own. So if you can approach someone who is professional and is educated into helping you improve certain things in your life, that can be a very important step towards improving your life on many levels. So yes, I think those ways can be some of them, but figuring out for yourself what helps you the best, just like Pragati said, affirmations helped her very much. So some people, affirmations will help, meditating will help, starting to journal can also be a big difference in your life, because I know that journaling has helped me a lot to express my feelings and to understand myself better. So yes, those are some of the ways I would advise to start looking at how you can improve your life.
Thank you so much, Lucille. I absolutely agree with you. And I believe that this has actually been the biggest struggle that I had to really discover what I wanted. And at some point in time, I had an idea about following this path, and then I changed direction, then I followed another path. And I know that many people out there don't really know what they want. They don't know how to tap into their potential. And I know, Gwen, that you are also working with the transformational parts of how to transform our life. Do you think that inner power and inner spiritual well-being are linked in any way?
Definitely, they are. Your inner self is what helps bring out your joy, your happiness, and all the things that Lucille mentioned. Positive affirmations, getting rid of that negative self-talk that we sabotage ourselves with, and getting on to a more positive. And when you're dealing with your mind, and I use neuro-linguistic programming as well with my therapies, that's the whole thing. Our subconscious mind is remarkable, but in order to determine more than that as to what your core values are, what direction you want to take, you do need to meditate and reconnect with your inner goddess or God. Like, we are powerful beings and we are all connected. That is my belief. There is a higher power. Thoughts are energy. We are energy. We're just molecules put together in this form, and that's what we are, but it's the energy that holds us together. And that's what I try to get my clients to envision as well. Like, you have to meditate, you have to look within yourself. How are you feeling within? And the spiritual plane, I mean, we are looked at from above, and all the entities as we're pure love. They love us no matter what we've done. And sometimes our lives get so upsetting, confusing, but we need to look within and realize that the joy and the love that they have for us, if we can meditate and pray on that and look to the guidance of others and know that we are entities, we're spiritual, we are loved, and to feel that within yourself. And once you can start to realize that other people and the spiritual entities, we are all loved, and that love then you can show on the outside, helps you deal with processing everything on the inside, all the insecurities we have, the negative self-talk, changing that over and knowing that, again, that we are strong within ourselves, these spiritual beings that are so strong that then you know that, okay, I can look within and decide what I want to believe from the past and what I need to change. And that's when you get that transformation. You realize that your past doesn't matter. It's now. What are you going through now? What do you want to do in the future? And then looking towards, like, yes, this is the life I want to plan. And then feeling like you have the strength from all around you to fulfill that.
That's amazing and very inspiring. Thank you so much, Gwen, for reminding us of what we have to do. And you mentioned the thoughts and the fact that we need to be aware of what's happening in our mind, because this is also influencing our life. And I would like to ask you, Pragati, because you are also a mind coach, how do you think that we take control over our mind and our thoughts? And how can these thoughts actually influence whether we are happy or not happy?
So very first thing, as I agree, both of the other coaches, they correctly mentioned that first thing is the self-realization, and we can call it self-discovery, self-awareness. So first thing, we need to be conscious. Awareness is the key to every problem. So if you are aware of your thoughts, if you are conscious, because what happened, I noticed with many of my clients and family members and friends, we all are, basically we are connected. As Gwen also mentioned, we are just energy. So we are all connected. We all need love and compassion. So many people, what they do, they want happiness, but they think on the opposite side. They get scared. They have a lot of hidden fears inside their mind. Maybe it is due to their childhood traumas or past hurt memories. So they are holding on to that role, what they are playing. Suppose one client is having a problem with the past hurtful memory. About 10 years ago, he met with a girl and fell in love, and now it's all over and all gone, but still he's holding on to that. He's stuck in that role as a lover, as a boyfriend, as a husband. But you need to first identify yourself. You are just playing these roles. If you attach to that role, so that is the root cause of the problem. Once you identify and self-realize, you are just an energy, and you will keep on changing these bodies. Today female, next time male, or maybe any other species. So once you get that clarity and you connect with the supreme power, the supreme Lord, God, Allah, Jesus, whatever you call it. So once you get that coherence, where heart is coherent with your mind, when there is no confusion, that is the state where you see a lot of clarity in your relationships, within yourself, in your life, and whatever you feel like, you can attract it. I believe in law of attraction. So I tell my clients, first is creating awareness, second is taking self-responsibility. Because most of the time people blame to others whatever they are going through in their lives, whatever suffering they are having, maybe in the career, relationship, they blame to their parents. Oh, my parents were like that, so I am like this. My teachers were like that. I've gone through such hard times in my life. That's why I am like this. So they blame other people. They are not willing to take the self-responsibility. The moment they start taking self-responsibility, no, whatever happened in my past, it is over. Today, I take complete charge of myself. It is in my hand how I need to think, how I need to behave, how I need to act. So that matters. And with this mindset, you can change your entire life. You can open new doors, new opportunities. Even with this mindset, you can change a challenging situation into a magical opportunity. So there are lots of things. If you just change a quick shift in your mindset, you are open to a new world, which is, magical for me.
Thank you so much, Pragati. I fully agree with you. And you mentioned taking responsibility for the way we think and for the way we act. Lucille, do you think that by living with purpose and choosing to live with purpose can actually mean in the end that we take responsibility for our life and that we take responsibility for whatever is happening because we are on a purpose, we are on a mission?
Yes, I think it is very important to realize that the more we blame others, just like Pragati said, the more we put it in other people, their hand, the way our life will go, the more power we give others over our lives. Because yes, those things happen to you and you can control what happens all around you, but you can still control how you deal with it and how you make it part of your life, because one way or another it already happened. So if you're really on a path of living your purpose, it is realizing that anything that happens in your life can be used for a purpose. And it is up to you how you use everything. If you either decide to just let it go and just put it aside, or if you decide to move through it, to get help where you need to work through something, and how you need to take responsibility for your actions. Because I always say your actions reflect more on you as a person than it does on the things people have done to you. Because no matter what happens, you are always in control of how you will react to it. And when you take that control, you can fully live in your purpose. Because the more you blame others and the more you blame other situations, because, for example, I can't have this because they did this, or I can't do this because they said that about my life. And if you keep doing that, it will be very difficult to live in your purpose, because there will always be something or someone who will try to hold you back, or something that isn't going your way. But it is your responsibility to take control of whatever happens to you, to handle it in a way that it is positive, or in a way that you can grow from it, that you can learn from it, instead of letting it define you, or instead of it holding you back. Because in the end, you have the power of what situations you let have a big impact in your life. And you control how you deal with everything that happens to you and with everything that happens around you. And in the end, almost anything in your life can be used for a purpose, or it can be used to help you grow further on your path of living your purpose. So I am completely, I totally agree with Pragati that being responsible for your actions and being responsible for the things that happen, that you do in your life. You can be responsible for what happens to you all the time, but being responsible for what you do and how you work through the things that happen to you, that can be very important, and is very important for living a life filled with purpose. Yes.
Thank you so much, Lucille. Thank you. And thank you for inspiring us. I know that everyone is listening to us and everyone is thinking whether they are actually on the right path or not, and how to take more responsibility for their life. Thank you so much. Gwen, I would like to ask you something that I have been wondering for a long time, to be honest. And I know that many people are looking for this happiness, and everyone wants to be well in their life. And what I learned and also what I experienced is that we are not happy when our expectations don't meet the reality. And I would like to ask you, how can we change our expectations? Is it possible?
Definitely, yes, it is possible. We need to look at what our reality is. We can change our reality. So you need to look at what it is that you are looking for. What is that reality showing you? And then you need to look at it differently. We need to reframe it and look at it from a different angle. And then we need to look within yourself. So what has directed you to decide that that's what you want? Is it really something that is going to be fulfilling you in your life? Is it something that is going to, not everything will solve your problems. So we need to look at it with asking lots of different questions. Again, to have you look within yourself, like, is this something I truly want? Is it something that's achievable? So quite often I will try and use goal setting in my coaching as well, so to have them look at it. Is it something that is achievable? Is it something that is a responsible? Is it something that they can see themselves doing? Like, they need to really look at, what do I see? What do I hear? What do I feel? If I think of my life with that destiny and actually put myself within it and visualize myself in that day, is it actually fulfilling that inner purpose? And that's it. They need to ask themselves all the inner questions is, why did I choose this destiny? Is it really going to be what I want? Can I see myself actually in it? And then they need to do that. They need to visualize themselves within that destiny. And does it meet all that they're looking for? Or do they need to change it a little bit to make it more achievable? Something, yes, you can have a dream, but there's a difference between having a dream and having an illusion. Having a dream means it is something that you are going to choose with intent and decide what it is you're going to do to meet that intention. Like, what actions are you going to take? So again, it's all those inner questions that need to be asked. Is, yes, you must be, as Pragati said, it's the conscious. You must decide, this is my intention, this is the actions I'm going to take to reach that dream. So not all destinies are maybe what you thought. Maybe you're not achieving it because it isn't truly what within you is wanting you to achieve. So that somehow you need to look at it differently, so that again, your inner self, your subconscious will say, okay, yes, you have that destiny. I can see that now we've changed your way of thinking. It is achievable. Just depends how you're looking at it. If it's not something your inner self, your subconscious thinks that you should be doing because it's your protector, you're not achieving it. It doesn't have enough inspiration for you. Like, you must choose something that you are driven to do. If you're driven to do it, then you will achieve it because you're going to put the energy into it. You're going to put the actions into it. If you haven't actually achieved it, then that's it. We need to look at, okay, why haven't you? How is it not actually going to meet what your inner purpose is?
Thank you so much, Gwen. Thank you for mentioning this, that there is a difference between dreaming and taking action to actually implement it. And I also know from my experience that sometimes I wanted something so badly and I went for it, and then I realized maybe it's not really what I need. And somehow the path took me on a different direction, and then I realized what I actually needed. Thank you so much for telling us this and for inspiring us. Pragati, I would like to ask you if you think that we can actually reach our potential, and how can reaching our potential make us happier?
Very first thing, Diana, being into this spiritual journey and meditative state of mind, I truly believe there is no limit to human potential. This is unlimited. You every single day try your best to explore new potential, but next morning you will find more potential. You have unlimited potential within you. So there is no limit. Sky is the limit, as there is no end and beginning of this cosmos. And I truly believe the same energy we have, each one of us, we have inside us, which has no limitation. So I truly believe that every single day, try your best. Just use your imagination with like a free horse. Just let it run and go and explore what options you have in life for any single situation. Regarding expectation, I wanted to add here that what I see, there are two types of expectations. There can be more, but I'm focusing on two. First is expecting from others or expecting from myself. So once you have expectations from others, that means you are not expressing to the other person what you want from them. You are not clearly communicating or expressing your views. You are just expecting, let it happen. But when it doesn't happen, it creates problem to human life. And second is having expectation with ourselves is very good. Unless you try, as you also mentioned, Diana, that sometimes you think that this expectation, if it does meet, I will be happy. But happiness is not a destiny. It is not a goal. It resides within us. So many people have this, misbelief system in their mind that if I get it, I will be happy. But it is on the other side. It is the reverse equation. If you are happy, if you are having a happy state of mind, then whatever you will get, you will be happy and cheerful in your life. But if you are having your mindset like, you are not happy, then you will just keep on asking for more, because there is no contentment inside you. Nothing can give you happiness.
Thank you so much, Pragati. And I have to be fully transparent and honest here. I have been on this path, pretty much my entire life. I always thought that I need to achieve something else in order to be happy. And I always chased something else. And somehow it was never enough. And I have to admit that I am still working with myself on this pattern to really identify what do I want, where do I want to be, and how do I want to live my life actually. And even this morning before our interview, I was thinking about this, like, what are you doing? What is your path? How do you want to live your life? And I have to admit that I keep adjusting, I keep doing, and then realizing, is this really what I want? What also Gwen mentioned, is this a dream? Is this a reality? Do I take action in this direction? Thank you so much to all of you. Thank you for inspiring us. I would like to close our interview today by asking you all, who are you serving and how can people contact you? And I will start with you, Lucille.
Okay, so I am serving anyone who is on a journey of finding out more about themselves and discovering their purpose so that they can live a life that they love. I have a website, and that is anastasiaswords.com, and those are only S's in Anastasia because it's the different way of writing. That is my website. I am also on Instagram and on Facebook, and if you get to my website, you will find my Instagram information, my Facebook information, but also my contact form and my email address. So anyone who is looking to find their purpose or just really is on a journey to discover themselves, to get to know more about themselves so that they can know where to go from there. That is everyone that can contact me.
Thank you so much, Lucille. How about you, Gwen?
Hello, I am from Peterborough, Ontario, Canada. So my goal is to guide 1,000 professional women in transformational changes to achieve their dreams. That is my main mission. And I do that through hypnosis, neurolinguistic programming, emotional freedom tapping. There's a number of techniques that I use to achieve this. I do have a website as well, www.coachingwithgwen.ca. I also am on Facebook, Transformational Life Coaching with Gwen. I do have an email address. I actually have two. The one is Transformational Life Coaching Gwen at hotmail.com. And all of my information is also on my website.
Thank you so much, Gwen. Thank you once again. Pragati, how about you? Who are you serving and how can people contact you?
Yeah, my goal is conscious thought management. If you are struggling with overthinking, stress, anxiety, negative thinking pattern, you feel like you are stuck in your past memories, hurtful memories, you are going through guilt, regret, self-sabotation. So you found me, you are at the right place. You can find me at Progress with Pragati. This is my contact name. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Progress with Pragati, and I will be helping you I'm helping millions of people to manage their thoughts and emotions to live a happy, prosperous, and a spiritual life that would contribute a happy and healthy to this whole planet or whole world, because in current scenario, majority of people are suffering with these things. I would be happy to help you, and I have NLP techniques, I have meditation courses, I have gratitude journals, and a lot of other techniques through which we can deep dive. I have different courses through which I help different peoples.
Thank you so much, Pragati, and thank you to all of you for being here today with me, and thank you for inspiring the world. I truly believe very deeply that coaches have the power to transform our world, and this is my mission, to actually make your messages and your missions visible so that many, many people get inspired by you. Thank you so much for being today with me.
Thank you.
So
You're
much.
welcome, and thank you for having us.
Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, Lucille. It's nice to connect with the same.
Yes, nice to meet you all.
Really nice to meet you all.
Thank you so much. And for those of you listening to us, stay connected because there is so much more to come. And let us know if you enjoyed our session and if you learned a lot from our coaches. Stay connected.